Hello, my name is Shallow. Welcome back to TNT Evilution. This is map 28. Heck. And for a map that's so afraid to swear, that's a really rude opening. Oh, if I'm remembering this map correctly, on Ultraviolence, you do get a Cyber Demon in this middle area, I think. This is pretty cool. This is a little bit, a Plutonia type thing. I bet one of the Casalis was involved in this. Unless this is a crazy coincidence. That's a Plutonia teleporter right there. Feel free to, come up with your own lore explanations for why there's a Plutonia teleporter. Maybe the TNT facility was also, experimenting with those. The whole conceit is that they're experimenting with teleporter technology, right? When they're supposed to have stopped. A lot of the maps in TNT have different teleporter configurations. We've talked a little bit about that previously. Maybe Plutonia is a direct sequel to TNT. Maybe in the end, the teleporter that worked out best was the one that you end up seeing in Plutonia. Maybe. Oh, get me out of here. Oh boy, that corner. that spiky little corner there got right up my crack. Got stuck on there. That was a close one. Okay. Cool little Archvile cave here. Look at this. This red texture can very easily be used poorly, but when it looks good, it looks so good. This is a case where I think it looks great. Texture, not necessarily variety. What am I looking for? Like contrast in textures is really important in a map. You go from this very red and black area into boom, tan. Tan is a really ugly texture in Doom, mainly because it's, most Doom editors have some kind of tan texture as their default texture, so the tan sets get kind of a bad rap, just from being, every first mapper's first map is a big tan box. Did I just pick up the Mega Armor through the wall here? Yeah, I think I did. Alright, well then I'm gonna leave the Megasphere alone. Let me just head through here. And we're back in the red. This is a cool little MIDI. I've said a lot of really nice things about the MIDI pack. I was a little hesitant about using it at first. I always play with the MIDI pack for Plutonia, because Plutonia doesn't have any custom MIDIs. Wow, that is a lot of lost souls. One of the cool things TNT did that Plutonia did not, it's one of the few cases where I think everybody agrees TNT did a better job, is TNT had a lot of custom MIDIs, and a lot of them are really good. So a Plutonia MIDI pack is something the community always was going to put together, but a TNT MIDI pack was kind of a surprise to me, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted to use it. And in the end, I think I'm glad I did. There's a lot of really cool MIDIs in here. TNT didn't include custom MIDIs for every map. Most of them, I think, have custom MIDIs. There's a couple reused Doom 2 MIDIs, and a couple of the TNT MIDIs are used for multiple maps. So at first I kind of thought maybe the community MIDI pack is just filling in those gaps. Will this hurt me to stand on? No. But it actually goes above and beyond and replaces all the MIDIs. Which is where you start to lose me a little bit. I don't know if I want to replace original stuff, you know? But I decided to do it just for something new and different. I've played original TNT before, let's try it a little bit modded. And overall, yeah, I think it's good. The new MIDIs are great. The remixed MIDIs, for the most part, I think are pretty good I like that they keep the vibe of the originals most of the time. There's a couple here and there that I think it's like, you know, when the original MIDI is so good, it's hard to replace it without missing the original a little bit. But that's alright. Not every modded playthrough is entirely perfect, without fault, right? You're always gonna... At least I am always gonna want to fix things a little bit, tinker with stuff. Oh, I envy the kind of people who can just throw a bunch of mods on and have fun. I love playing with mods, but I've always got to crack things open and tinker with them and customize them just a little more, just for me, just because I can never be satisfied. If I was doing my own TNT MIDI pack, I think... I don't know, I almost feel like I would leave out the ones that replace MIDIs just because... Not because they're bad MIDIs, the replacements, but just because philosophically it feels wrong to me to replace stuff. If you made one of the MIDIs that I'm talking about, you didn't do anything wrong. My brain is just broken. Oh! Oh, this is absolutely a Casali map. 100%. Oh, it's gotta be. That's some Plutonia shenanigans right there. Oh, that's gotta be a Casali situation. 2 chain gunners springing up, and an archvile. That's 2 archviles in this map already, and 64 kills. I'm on to you, you Casali bastards. Ouch. Alright. Should I go back for that mega sphere? Nah, here's some more medkits. Let's just grab these. This room has almost got a spirit world kind of feel to it, doesn't it? All these weird animated textures, pillars and stuff everywhere. I wonder if I can... Can I get that to lower again? Is it a one-time only deal? Where those chain gunners come out? It must be. Yeah, it's not lowering again. Okay. We got some sleepy imps and a yellow key, so let's get stuck into this fight, I guess. I haven't quick saved yet, I'm just realizing. Suck on this, pain elementals. Yeah. Now we're either at the Lost Soul limit or maybe that BFG killed some of them. Let's let him spit a couple out. Couple more? Yeah, we're at the Lost Soul limit. Yeah, he's stuck, so there must be a bunch of Lost Souls somewhere. Because he can only spit out 3 before he's done. Alright, let's take him out. Where is he? The engine I'm playing on has been doing weird stuff lately, and I've been speculating that maybe UZ Doom has some settings that I haven't quite figured out. I realized today while booting this up, I use Doom Launcher. I like it. It keeps all my mods nice and organized. Doom Launcher had apparently defaulted back to an old GZ Doom for this playthrough, and I didn't notice. So, all the weird stuff I've been pointing out this whole time about my UZ Doom settings, not true. The reason things are acting weird lately, like look at these flickering shadows. That's because this is like an old GZ Doom. Whoops, sorry, my bad. I don't know why it did that. It might be because of Final Doomer Plus. The last time I played with this mod was probably still an old install of GZ Doom. Maybe. I don't know, I couldn't tell you. It's my fault for not paying attention. I should have noticed that. Oh well. We're playing in iWAD. I'm not too worried about source ports messing things up. You should be able to play this in DOS. Minus the map mod and the gameplay mod, of course, but you know what I mean. Okay. Anything special in here? No. I was talking about this MIDI before I got sidetracked. This is a great MIDI. It's a real sort of purposeful, climactic feeling to it. I feel like we're approaching the final boss, you know? Oh, speaking of which, we've got stuff to talk about when we get there. Don't let me forget. Remind me when we get to the Icon of Sin. There's stuff I want to talk about. Okay, this room I kind of remember. This is a little bit of a knee-deep in the dead sort of Tom Hall Wolfenstein situation. Oh. Is that a new texture for TNT, the gargoyle? Or have I just never noticed that he's got like an uwu face? Look at his lips, his little smile. He's got a little cat smile. How have I never noticed that before? Uwu vomits blood cutely. Oh. Could, oh, that's mean. Oh, whoa, what's this? Notices your invisible wall. Oh, shit. Kasali, you motherfucker. Where's my... There it is. Pew! Kill them with lasers. What did I do by pushing that button, other than release an archvile directly into my anus? I also released the Revenant. Great. And I swear I heard a zombie. He must be down here. Ooh! Oh, I knew I heard him. Oh, I'm gonna have to be careful with those. Gotta shoot all the faces now. Do you think you could have a gargoyle as like your persona? What are the rules? I know people got like dragons and griffins and shit, right? Like how far do you think you could push that? Oh, another one! Could you do like a chupacabra? Would that be allowed? Gonna show up at the FurCon with my Mothman costume. Whoop. I feel like Mothman would get a pass. Regardless of any other rules, I think Mothman gets a pass. He's just got that vibe, you know? They've got that vibe. Mothman could be anybody. I should save. Why am I remembering a... Oh, you know what it is? I think in multiplayer, this map starts with a cyber demon. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Did Decino do a multiplayer Fast Monsters challenge thing? Somebody did. It's probably Decino. I think that's what I'm remembering. Are there monsters down there? There's teleporters down there, but I think they're just to get back up if you fall. Let's check this door. How are we doing on kills? We got like 20 more to go. That's a decent-sized fight. Probably involving the Archid Vials, if I were to guess. Oh, here's all the lost souls. We found them. They were guarding the hole. That's really odd map design to put a ton of lost souls in your exit room, almost up to the limit, and then also include pain elementals in your other encounters throughout the map. That's very odd. With modern source ports, you could turn the limit off, but the original DOS would have had a pretty hard limit on lost souls. Do I want to leave? I probably want to leave. There's only a couple monsters left, and I found all the secrets. Last couple maps, though, I do sort of want to kill everything. Let's jump down here and just see if anything shows up. Probably not. I have a feeling these are just... Yeah, nothing. Okay. Probably in the maze, if I were to guess. There we go. Where's the other one? There we go. Look at that. They weren't even hiding behind secret faces. They were just down a hallway I hadn't explored yet. I heard another one. How am I hearing another one? There's one left? I counted wrong. I thought those were the last two. Ah, I celebrated early. All right. At least I know he's in here because I heard him. Where's he at? There we go. Found him. You know what's funny about these walls is if the monster happens to be right up against the other side of the face and you bump into it, it feels like you're just hitting a solid wall. If you happen to do it when the monster isn't making a sound and isn't attacking you, I suspect that's probably how I missed those monsters, is I thought they were walls. Let's go. Oh, heck! I like that one. The River Styx. Here we go. We got another Styx reference, and it is in fact the Blood River, so that makes sense. I forgot this was a map when we got to Ballistics. If you're gonna have one of your maps be the Blood River, and you've got two Styx references, then, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's gotta be the one that's called River Styx and isn't just a pun. This is cool. Look at this. Top of the castle. How did we jump down a hole in the floor and end up at the top of a castle? Through this door, I guess. If you've ever played, Spec Ops: The Line, it does this really cool thing with its map designs where every map has you descending. You're always, like, going down a hill or climbing down a building, or you're crashing a helicopter. You're always going down, but somehow you always end up, like, on the roof of a building. It's really cool. It makes sense, both in the way the maps are physically laid out, as well as for the overall theming of that game, without getting too deep into it, but it is really disorienting when you first notice it. You're like, we were just taking an elevator down. How did we end up on top of this building? Ooh, okay. Thank you, Green Torch. Not a secret, but a med kit stash. I'll keep that in mind. I heard them. Are they all the way on the other side here? Yeah. Okay. Jumped the gun a little bit. I don't think we're doing illusory walls in this one. Oh, there's another Revenant. There we go. No problem. Green marble! Let's fucking go! Green marble looks so good with these red textures. I was making fun of Christmas Castle in that previous map, and I think it's just because of how saturated that green texture is that TNT has. It's a real, like, forest green. This pale, minty marble green fits much better with this saturated red. I'm, not a smart art guy. I couldn't give you the exact reason for that, but I'm sure somebody has a color theory reason. You'd think I'd know this stuff because I like paint, but I don't. Color theory is like pornography, you know? I know it when I see it. Ooh, that is a tiny little elevator. Hey! Okay, so we've tagged this secret. I'll just have to remember that's up there. I don't want to pick it up now. Look at this. Look at that arch. Done with little steps. Nice. Speaking of arch, we got arch vials in here? Maybe? Pew pew. I should play Dark Forces again. The mazer keeps making me want to do some Star Wars type shit. Nice. The brick textures make those misaligned walls so easy to see, but sometimes they're just misaligned because making maps in the 90s was hard. Lining up your textures was a lot more work than it is these days. I feel like I end up humping marble walls a lot more than maybe I should. And it's not just because I like this texture set. Oops, 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 get me out of here. Actually, never mind, this is fine, apparently. I can walk in this. What? Really? Is that a mistake? That feels like a mistake. Okay. So this is not magma, it's tomato soup. Feel free to splash around in there, don't even worry about it. It's totally fine. You okay? Having a little trouble there? Let me help you out. There you go, be free. Ah, red door, okay. This is great. These little pillars holding the ceiling up. Bars on the windows. It's like a lot of detail work for a map of this year. It's kind of got that Dr. Sleep vibe to it. Probably just because of all the wood and the green marble and the... Like, look at this. Look at this. This is so cool. Looking like the Super Smash Brothers logo in here, isn't it? The ceiling. Ah, maybe not so much. When are we getting Doom Guy in Smash? Never. I shouldn't say never. If Joker can use a gun, then I think you could probably get Doom Guy in Smash. Doom Guy's too busy hanging out in Fortnite. Where's that arch file? No, 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 no. This is an interesting twist on the tiny, thin hallways. It's technically a tiny, thin hallway in the way it restricts your movement, but theoretically monsters could come and attack you from these higher platforms. Which makes it a different kind of challenge. It looks like actually we're not going to be doing as much of that as I maybe thought we would. Oh my god. That's a miniature Plutonia in one room. Rude. An archvile, a chain gunner, and a revenant all in one closet. I should have pulled out the BFG for that. I chose poorly. But I lived. Bitch. There we go. This is this has gotta be a Kasali map. It's gotta be. Look at all these chain gunners. This is where they came from. This is absolutely a Plutonia prequel. I think the Chain Gunner Association got together and vowed vengeance on Doomguy after these maps. What did that whole path do? Open stuff up here, maybe? Oh, you're still alive. And I've fallen. And I can't get up. Dang. Ooh, there's a secret of some kind over there. There we go. And we're back out. Yeah, what's this? Oh! Oh, no! That's a much scarier room than it looks like at first. Oh, it's a cool looking room though. Oh, look at this. Okay, nothing. Just a teleporter. That's it? What did I get out of that? Nothing? Hang on. Is there anything else in here? I don't think so. I don't think you get anything out of this. Ooh, that's sneaky. It's like a one-way door there. Okay. That's why I couldn't back up. So this probably does the same thing, right? Yeah, okay. Had to check, had to be thorough. Let's move on. Ooh. I don't know what it is about TNT that keeps making me accidentally pull out my rocket launcher instead of my machine guns. I don't usually make that mistake, but I'm doing it constantly now for some reason. Okay, this is the other side of the chain gunner room. Cool. No? Okay. There's nothing up here, so I don't know. Wondered what the purpose was. It's not anything, I guess. Is there one on this side? Nope. Ooh, a teleporter. We'll check that out in a minute. Let's make sure nothing comes up from behind us first. That's a lot of teleporting. I don't know where they're going. Oh, here we go. They're all just hanging out in this room. We're probably at the Lost Soul limit again in this map, too. There's been a lot of stray Lost Souls wandering around. No pain elementals, though. Not yet, so... It's totally fine to be over the Lost Soul limit if you don't plan on using pain elementals. Cool. Oh, shit! Ooh, got him. The way he just came into this door like fucking Kramer in an episode of Seinfeld. Just walking in to ruin my day. Look at that. There's lights up there on the ceiling. It would have been impossible to see those in DOS. And they did them anyway. That's That's attention to detail. Never mind. And then I wonder if maybe you intended to make a texture that was big enough for this? Probably not, because everything else is fit for that texture. You probably just made that wall the wrong size. All right. The lights on the ceiling were still cool, though. This doesn't take away from that. Probably didn't want that invisibility, but whatever. Ooh, there's the blue key. Okay. That Kako demon died right on top of it, so don't let me forget that that's where the blue key is. Because he's going to make it hard to see. Does this do anything? It's like this one heart pillar. And it does nothing. Alright. Let's try these teleporters. Okay, never mind. They're just connected to each other. Great. The Crusher Room? Let's try the Crusher Room. Let's save before we try the Crusher Room, because this looks sketchy. There's secrets over there, isn't there? Maybe not. I think those walls are misaligned because the floor is wonky. That's all that is. Oops! Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's fine. There were some apology med kits. There we go. And there's the blue key. Nice. Look at that! Light coming in through the window. Oh, you even have the shade from the windowsill. Oh, you beautiful bastard. I do have to go back through the crushers again, though. Quickly, quickly. All right. We did it. It's all good. Don't save. Not yet. Quick save, though. We can do that. That's fine. Whoa! That's really cool. Oh, shit! She's still alive? Not anymore. Ah, here we go. And she's guarding the red skull. Great. That's a really cool effect, revealing the Icon of Sin texture there. Spider Demon through a wall is a little bit of a dick move, but the Spider Demon's not that dangerous of an enemy. If you're not pistol starting, that's barely an inconvenience. If you are pistol starting, I don't think you'll have a BFG here, unless there's one in a secret. No, I found all the secrets. So it's not that. I guess you'll just have to get her with the rocket launcher around that corner, huh? That's how you'd have to do that. I think that button is just the door. Arachnotrons? Mancubuses in four corners? Dead simple, baby! Close enough. It's even a square tan room. This is absolutely dead simple. Watchtower with some barons and an archvile in the middle. This is endgame dead simple. A little more dead, a little less simple. Ooh, you drama queen jumping out the window. Love it. What is this? Ammunition? Okay. Are all of these ammo? Yeah, they are. Nice. What about you? You just hanging out? Okay. Thank you. Don't need any more rockets. I'm good on rockets. I'll take shotgun shells. Yes, sir. Okay. There's another red door. What do these teleporters do? They connect to each other. Okay. We're doing that repeatedly in this map. Just teleporters that go to the other side of the room. Yellow key. Nice. Ah, there's our pain elemental. No! If this isn't a Kasali map, I will be very surprised. Whoop. No! You kidding me? That is crazy. I need to be more careful with my health when playing with this mod. Or I need to make my TNT guy a little more expressive. I've covered up his whole face, basically. It's kind of... I never really noticed how much I rely on the Doom Guy face for information, I guess. I like it just for a bit of flavor. It's always been really important to me to always have a Doom Guy face on screen when I'm playing Doom, because that's just part of the core Doom experience for me. But apparently, it's also useful. That's all the kills. This one wall is kind of odd. Not really sure what's up with that. Oh, that's what's up with that. Alright. I did leave health behind. I know I did. So I'm gonna go find that before I move on. Hang on. Ah! We're all good. Should have checked all these pillars, I guess. Let's move on. There we go. We've crossed the river Styx, that's it. Last call. Okay. So this is the final map of TNT, Evilution. Look how messy this opening segment looks. What's all these colorful torches all about? Okay, you're giving me all the guns, that's quite kind. Oh shit, more colorful torches. If you're at all familiar with TNT, you know what's going on. If you have never played TNT before, this is maybe immediately obvious to you, but maybe this just looks like a mess. Check this out. Okay. Teleported into a... Oh, that's weird. You're supposed to telefrag yourself. Why did it not work? At least the damaging floor is there. That may be an issue with Final Doomer. Let me try it again. Odd. Okay. I might turn Final Doomer off anyway, because we're going to run into another problem with this map. First of all, what's going on in this section is that you're meant to solve a puzzle. The torches in that opening hallway tell you which of these platforms are safe to step on. So you've got to walk across this river of lava by only using the torches that are down in this hallway. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's totally fine as a puzzle. It's not difficult or anything. You gotta have a piece of paper out or something to write it down, because it's a pretty long string of colors. I think that's my main issue with it. It should be like 4 or 5. The fact that it's like 12 in a row is annoying. My thing about these gimmicky Doom maps is always, your gimmick should be easily graspable and quick. It should be over very soon. If it's in a regular Doom map. If you're doing like a platforming map, a platforming WOD, then you can do whatever weird gimmicks you want. This is the last map of a pretty straightforward bit of Doom gameplay, and suddenly you're throwing this weird puzzle in here that's more at home in like an adventure game? I don't know. It's the kind of puzzle that I like, that I'm into. It's just in the wrong place for me here. Let me write these down real quick so we can do this first try. Actually, fuck it. Let me see if I can remember how to do it. I can kind of vaguely... Oh, okay, never mind. That doesn't work. Shit. Okay, so we're starting with red, green, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, green, red, blue, red, blue. Okay, there we go. Whew. Annoying. So that is fine in isolation as a challenge. Hang on, I'm putting my pencil and paper and shit away. All right. Fine in isolation as a challenge. It totally grinds everything to a screeching halt right at your big climactic conclusion. I don't like it in that context. The rest of this map is actually great. It's that opening section that's a bit weird. I don't know. It's an interesting idea, I guess. I just think it doesn't really work out. There's a skull switch that's not a shoot switch. I had some questions about that sort of thing earlier in this WOD, and yeah, no. Turns out the skull switches are not always shoot switches. Ooh, ooh! Almost made it through this without getting hit. That's a shame. Well, now that I got hit, I can just get hit some more, right? That's how that works. There we go. Whoop. No thanks. Alrighty. Give me some of these. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Soul Sphere might seem like a bit of a waste, but I'm not coming back here. Don't worry about it. Are there secrets in this map? There's one. If I'm remembering right, it's a BFG all the way at the end, at like the icon fight. There's a secret BFG you can get, I think. Here we go. Cyber Demon. Not many of those in TNT, are there? Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy! Why was he so tanky? He's still not dead? Jeez. Let's just rush down the Cyber Demon. Oh, come on. There we go. That Cyber Demon, I usually don't have that much trouble with. I think maybe rushing him was causing the problem. He spawns up here, but when you go fight stuff in the rest of the room, usually by the time I get to the Cyber Demon, he's gotten himself stuck in this corner, and he's just shooting rockets harmlessly at this balcony. I'm kind of surprised to have found him in the middle there twice, because usually he gets stuck. Alright, push of this button. Here we go, here's a cool little stair builder. Look at that. Nice. Oops. No guardrails on the spiral staircase to the red key here. I'll be reporting that to Hell's Health and Safety Board. The appropriate regulatory body will be notified. Oh, we've got another one of these. All right. Into the well. Well, well, well. More armor, more health. That's how you know things are getting real, because TNT is really shoving all the health and armor at you right now. This hallway's really cool. I really like this part. Watch this. The cages raise up with monsters in them. This is an Icon of Sin map, so we can run past these. We're not going to get all the kills anyway. And there we go. TNT is so vain that they carved their logo into the marble of Hell's temples. Okay, quick little cut there, because what is coming up is the Icon of Sin portion of this fight. TNT has a pretty unique Icon of Sin setup that has given me trouble in the past, so I just took a quick little break to refresh myself on how exactly this fight works. So here's the icon. It's waking up. Yeah, the MIDI is a little loud, so it's hard to hear. It's a really cool icon arena. I actually kind of like it. The green marble's cool. It's got this cool big arch. The runes carved into the wall with the flesh behind them are great. There's this barren area up here. We can jump into these teleporters and go back. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. What you're supposed to do is climb up here, jump down here, and push this button. Clear some of that out. That button opens up these stairs and allows you access to this area. The icon can shoot cubes up here, so if you hang out up here, you will eventually get telefragged. This looks like the perfect spot from which to shoot at the icon, right? That will never work. Because what you're supposed to do is come down a step here and then shoot below the hole in the head. That's where the actual hole in the geometry is below the hole in the head. It's going to be a little weird with Final Doomer, and especially with vertical mouse aim. Ordinarily, you've got a pretty big window that you're shooting into with the icon, but because of the way TNT set up their particular icon, it's a pretty narrow gap you're trying to get into. There we go. And you can see the scorch mark on the brain there. The brain is not the window this time. It's below that. There we go. But other than that weird setup, it's a fairly standard Icon of Sin with a kind of cool little arena. It's very small, so it gets crowded pretty quick, which also makes it difficult to figure out exactly how it works, but there you go. That's the last call. That's TNT Evilution completed. Wow. How about that, huh? Suddenly, all is silent. From one horizon to the other, the agonizing echo of hell fades away. The nightmare sky turns to blue, the heaps of monster corpses start to evaporate along with the evil stench that filled the air. Geez, maybe you've done it. Have you really won? Something rumbles in the distance. A blue light begins to glow inside the ruined skull of the demon spitter. An edgy little cliffhanger that never amounted to anything. There's no sequel to TNT, at least not an official one. And the eerie blue glow is never elaborated upon again. Maybe it's a reference to something that happens in Plutonia? There's another Icon of Sin fight in that, but I don't know. At least this ending screen has a blue skybox. That's kind of cool. So, you know, we've returned normalcy to this non-specific moon of Jupiter. Hey, that's TNT. Thanks for joining me on this. That is a much more fun WOD than I remember. I remember liking it more than most people seem to. Most people seem to really dislike TNT, which I think is a little unfair. But I was expecting to not have as much fun as I did. I'm pleasantly surprised. Sometimes when you replay stuff that you remember liking, you were wrong in the past. And in this case, I don't think I was. For a 90s WOD, pretty good. I can see why Romero asked Team TNT to make this official. I still don't think it's the best iWOD. It's probably the worst iWOD. I will grant you that. But it's got some real gems in there. It's got a couple of stinkers, but every Mega WOD, I think, has at least 5 maps that shouldn't be in there. TNT does follow that tradition. But I think it's got enough really good maps in there to make it worth it. I don't know. Don't listen to, I mean, Listen to the opinions and perspectives of people that came before you. There's value in that, sure, but don't ever let that stop you from making up your own mind. If you've heard a bunch that TNT is bad, don't let that stop you from playing it, and certainly don't let that stop you from enjoying the good parts of it. That's what I say. Let's see, let me look something up real quick. 2 weeks ago, I uploaded the first video on TNT. So in 2 weeks, I have played the entirety of TNT. Civi did TNT in a month in YouTube Shorts, so suck it. In terms of pure minutes of content generated, I think I'm the clear victor here. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again soon. We'll do something that's not TNT, and then we'll do something that is TNT again. It's the year of TNT, baby. We're doing TNT all year. 2026, year of TNT. It's all TNT all the time. 100 years, TNT. TNT for 100 years. Just you, me, and TNT. It's Evilution, baby!